If I asked you to think of a racing game featuring a BMW on the cover that is published by Electronic Arts, you may think of a little known PlayStation 2 game known as Driving Emotion Type S. Said fucking no one.
Here we go again! Right now! Let's go! Me and you! Toe to toe! We can rock! We can roll! Here we go again! Right now! Let's go! Me and you! Toe to toe! We can rock! We can roll!
As I mentioned, and as the OBS capture shows, on the 26th of September 2023, I placed this game into my Xbox 360 for while. Fucking hell, the cough strikes back! Going back on track, no pun intended, I then placed the game into my Xbox 360 for not really the first time because I had to install the thing to make sure that it worked. And then for the next month and a half, my life would pretty much be hell. It would consist of rage quitting, rubber banding, timeouts, drag races, pursuits, and then actually quitting the fucking game. I then saw the two unskippable logos which are engraved in my head. And then for the only time, the warning and the pre-game trailer. And then for the first time I pressed start and entered my alias, and then I fucked up so I restarted the entire process. And then for the first time, and I'm repeating myself, I heard the song 9 Val. It's a banger song, so that's why I mentioned it. I then started the career. It's present day and we see these unnamed people. This girl takes our pink slip, whatever the fuck that is. And then the guy we're racing says he's gonna take our ride, and I'll go. And I'm like, fuck that! And the race starts. God, it is so funny seeing my playstyle as I was, well, very shit at the game. But it was like that for Need for Speed Most Wanted and most games, to be fair. Ironically, the Sky was the only game that I was good at the start. And I didn't even cover it, I covered the fucking anime, but we're not talking about that right now. But while this Razor guy is so far ahead, the woman from earlier tells us that my car is fucked and that I have to end the race fast. Then, black screen. We then go back to 6 days earlier where we meet this Sergeant Cross guy. He tells us that street racing in Rockport is finished and tells us to get out of the car. I notice that the car is unlocked and then he straight up opens my door. But then a sound that will be engraved in your head plays and then lot fuck off before Sergeant Cross keys our car door. How professional. 2 days later and we're in this race with this Ronnie guy. And call me Hooverstank because I was fucking out of control. I was 72% into the race before I restarted for the first time and totally not the last. I was doing well the next time, then I fucked up. Third time was nearly the charm, but I got overtaken. It took me like 2 tries before I went over the finish line. Mind you, this was still my first race. We then get confirmation that the guy earlier was in fact Razor and the girl is Mia Townsend. They then talk about the car. But Ronnie says in a weird accent,
yeah, this here is the number 15 guy on the blacklist. You got a lot of rep to earn before you get to run with him.
I think that repeat at the end of the cutscene may be a disc error from copying. I then face this bull guy, I'm not sure if it's dreamy, and then I have my first and certainly not fucking last police encounter. I then run the race first try. 2 days later, an underground reference from this completely unknown guy.
Well, look what the underground let loose. Let's see how good you do in the daylight.
Then we're thrown right into another race, but with 4 people including me. Rumour tells me that this Rod guy may be the person that said the underground comment. It took me a while but I completed the race. Never mind as I got overtaken the last fucking second. Oh yeah, I must mention that none of the races so far had any music playing, so I decided to play my own during this one. I had to play Y2KJ's theme for good luck, which didn't work. If you don't know, that's referring to my Creator Wrestler theme in WWE SmackDown vs Raw, which was a song by Breaking Benjamin. I believe it's called Believe. But yeah, I played that song for good luck which didn't work. Then I redid it with the same song and boom, I won it. The Rug guy says he likes my style.
Good run. I like your style.
I like your class, but most of all, I like your ass. Ding dong!
Razor then tells me that to face a blacklist member I must put my car on the line. We then cut back to present day with the exact same cutscene. The race restarts and I was doing quite well with a decent lead before the phone call and car breakdown.
Bus stop's that way, champ.
There is another cutscene where it's presumed that I was arrested, but they didn't have enough proof, so I was let go. Mia then tells me that this Razor guy messed with my car and now is using it to be number 1 on the blacklist. The cutscene then suddenly ends, but I'm not really sure if it was my fault or if it was the disc.
But first, you gotta get...
Cause not gonna lie, the disc was pretty scratched but it installed to 100%. I'm then taken to a page to select a car. I then make the best decision of choosing the Chevrolet Cobalt SS. I am then told to go to this house icon on the map, and it's called the safe house. Let me tell you something, when this D&B song started playing, Barrier Break, that's when I started to feel this game, if you know what I mean. Our Blacklist 15 rival is revealed to be Sonny. On the OBS capture I am 56 minutes into recording and the game has finally begun. I have 0 bounty and 0 wins, so let's change that. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. Although Burger King is in this game though. Now this screen is how you progress. To challenge a blacklist member, you must complete a set amount of races, complete a set amount of milestones and rack up the target bounty. For Sonny, you are given 3 races. Over time the amount of races you have to do increase. The first race that I completed is a circuit, which is self-explanatory. I won that first try. I also passed my first milestone by accident. It was a speed trap one. I shortly after got into my first pursuit. I ended up evading the pursuit with it being 7 minutes long. I guess I completed all my milestones as there was a tick by it. The next race was a sprint race. This is also self-explanatory. Just get from point A to point B. That race I ended up completing first try. The final race that I needed to complete was the lap knockout. This is also self-explanatory, with it being a circuit race, with the poor fucker who was last place being eliminated. Got through that race first try as well. Probably due to the fact that the Disturbed song was playing, the cadence. Although I think Stricker may be better from that album, it was used by WWE. Anyway, I didn't have enough bounty to challenge Sonny, I needed 2,000 more. So obviously, I went to the bounty section in the menu. Simply, it puts you in a pursuit. Man, I remember that the way that I ended that pursuit was pretty much my cooldown spot before I even knew what that was. However, I now have enough bounty, and while Rog told me this, is it Rog or Rog? Or ROG? Fuck it, he gives a shit.
Hey man, that chump Sonny is looking for a run. He's still pretty fresh on the blacklist, so now's your chance. Don't blow it.
So obviously I went to challenge Sonny. His blacklist races are both circuit ones. I completed the race first try, which took 4 minutes. And this is where I heard the song Hand of Blood for the first time. I think. This is my favourite song in the entire game. It was my good look song. Then it turned into my bad look song. Well, because I would get hyped and then fuck up when the song would start playing. But because of that, I completed the race first try in 2 minutes. I have defeated Sonny and now number 15 on the blacklist. When you finish and defeat a blacklist member, you can choose 2 markers. And you can fucking read what it says on the screen. I got a get out of jail free card and a visual upgrade. Let's move on to Blacklist 14. Holy smokes, Taz looks different. WWE reference if you don't know. I then decided to go to the shop and customise my car. This allows you to drop a few bars of heat. Oh yeah, I have not explained what heat is. And well, fuck Script EMP for putting just freestyle, because now I can't think of it from the top of my head. Well, I quickly looked at the article on the Need for Speed wiki, and well, the heat level of a car highlights its wanted status by the police. And while there are 5 heat levels, and well, as you go higher, the more fucked you are and the more police cars spawn in and all of that shit. You're gonna hear me rant about it certainly later in this video. Well, not rant, but you know, bitch about it. Let's just carry on. For Taz, you need to complete 4 of the 6 races they give you. I complete the circuit race first try. Then I got in a pursuit, and during this pursuit I decided that I was going to change the music from the interactive music to the EA tracks, as I didn't like how it cut out the licensed music. I'm not saying that the interactive music is bad or anything, but I prefer listening to the licensed music. Come on, when you got the cadence playing in a police chase, fucking hell. I evaded the pursuit with 2 milestones completed. I then finished the sprint race first try, with it ending perfectly with the end of the cadence.
Hey, when you're being chased by the 5-0, take a look at your map. You'll see a bunch of icons. These are structures you can use to shake the cops off your back. Just smash into them, instant pursuit breaker moment. If the cops aren't damaged, they'll probably stop to render assistance. Trust me, they work.
To be honest, I didn't really use them until the end of my playthrough. I should have, because I then got busted for the first time. I then decided to use my get out of jail free card instead of paying. I then smashed through the next sprint race, first try of course. Nice to know that I beat Google Chrome, as we all know that Firefox is better. However, my search history must have been revealed by Google Chrome, as when I finished the race, I was thrown straight into a pursuit. Oh, insert flan joke here. I completed that on my final milestone. During these pursuits, I noticed that there were a lot of areas blocked off. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that this 2005 game had DLC, but it's because I didn't have enough rep, as ROG, or Rog, how that's it, explains. But before I could challenge Taz, I had to complete one more target race. I decided to do the last circuit race, and well, you know how that went. Well, what am I waiting for? Let's challenge Taz. Well, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, as I decided to do a toll booth race for some reason. I completed that easily. I think I had a little bit of PTSD from Need for Speed Run on 3DS. Now let's challenge Taz, for real, who has 2 sprint races for me. I actually fucked up in the first race, so I had to restart. I had better luck this time. Can't say the same for the next sprint race, as I had to restart again and again and again, and then I actually got it. Number 14 has been defeated, and I got an extra 12,500 in cash. Let's move on to number 13. And surprisingly, we actually have a cutscene.
Ready to go. You're in.
I then once again decided to customise my car for a little bit. For Vic, you need to complete 4 races, 3 milestones and reach 100,000 bounty. I think that the difficulty may have increased as, well, luck was not on my side during the sprint race. The thing is, I don't think I made my car faster improving the engine. There's also a major omission which I'll mention later, but luck was not on my side. Neither were the opponents, as one of them stopped me at the start, well, leaned into me, which pissed me off. It took me a while, but I did end up finishing that first sprint race. Then I immediately got busted because of the police presence in the race, and also because I fucking crashed. But the get out of jail free cards that I was talking about came in handy. Vic had no circuit races for me, but there were some lap knockouts, which I did next. And while the AI thinks it's fucking funny, as they're teaming up on me and pushing me. Watching this back even pisses me off. And probably pisses off post-edit EMP too. Can you confirm for me, because I've not seen this footage in over a year. Because yeah, I forgot to mention, I wrote this script on Valentine's Day in 2024. God, I really don't have a fucking life. I think this is where my tradition of restarting 1,000 times began. This is probably due to my position at the start and maybe the rubber banding, as the blue car next to me would always turn in my direction. Or maybe because I'm fucking dogshit. How the song had the blood play twice, which is surprising as it's one of the later songs which plays before the soundtrack restarts. I then succumbed and went back to the main menu. I then went to the lap knockout next to the race that I rage quit. I guess my theory was true, as I had way better luck. Until I got fucked. Again and again, and for fuck's sake, you know it, I ended up quitting that race and I was so mad, but I ignored Vog.
Hey.
That's how you know I was mad, I don't ignore Vog. I didn't even let the poor fucker speak. 2024 me, and I guess 2025 me as well, is guessing that I wanted to improve my car as I used the GPS to go to the shop. While I got into a pursuit, but I evaded it, with one of my milestones being completed. I was so happy, but I ended up listening to what Rog said.
Hey, it's Raj.
Post-edit EMP here. It's been literally 2 weeks since I recorded my voice, and now I'm looking at this footage for the first time since 2024. And now I realise that his name is actually Rog, not Vog, as I kept calling him that throughout the entire script. Well, it's quite obvious because, you know, Roger and Vog, but I guess my apologies for that, I understand it now. Well, I think it was a new message. Well, I think it was a new message, but it could have been the same one. Well, I finally made it to the shop. I bought nitrous surprisingly this late. Also, I think I may be getting a cold. Why am I getting a cold halfway through, for fuck's sake? Oh yeah, I also reached the target of 100,000 bounty. The nitrous defo made the difference. Anyways, I won the race in 6 minutes and Vic talked some shit or whatever. I then ended my 2-hour play session, which I began before I did Taz's target races. It's the next day for me now, and I finally beat that first lap knockout race which kept screwing me at the start. It took me like 10 minutes total, but 3 minutes for the race. I then got in a pursuit, on purpose I think, and I should mention that I was locked to heat 2. I believe as you progress you do unlock the other heats. I finished that pursuit at 12, nearly 13 minutes, and I completed one of my other milestones. For that pursuit, I earned 55,000 total bounty. I wonder why Mia does not want me to tell this information to my boy Vog. But I'm wondering this because me and my boy Vog are good friends. I then decided to investigate the Burger King location for some reason.
Have it your way then.
I got into my first speed trap race, which is pretty much a sprint race with speed cameras, and you have to be the fastest car on the leaderboard. I don't think it matters that much if you don't finish first, as in my later races, I tried getting first on the leaderboard but I didn't care about being first on the finish line. But I did finish first. I was gonna say let's challenge Vic, but I need to do one more milestone. For your information, I think I used my first pursuit breakers, 2 in a row. This is me trying to do the sub 4 minute pursuit, which I failed, so while back to the Xbox menu I go. While I ejected the fucking disc, I ended up doing the photo ticket milestone. This section has gone on for a while, but let's finally challenge Vic. His blacklist races are 2 sprint races. I finished the first one, not first try though as I messed up. Vic nearly won the second race but I restarted that, and it seems like every try after that ended up in a duel, which well obviously I was on the losing end until I finally beat Vic. Number 13 has been defeated. Bro, you didn't even let the animation play out for fuck's sake. The Camden Beach area has been unlocked, so let's see who number 12 is. Oh look, our first woman blacklist opponent. Anyway, Mia has hooked me up with another safe house in the Camden Beach area. It's pretty much tradition that right after I finish a blacklist race, I go to the shop. I purchased a new body kit and spoiler. I also made one of my most important decisions in my entire playthrough. I changed my Cobalt's look to its now iconic, to me, look. This was done on my second day and I never changed it. After that I completed the pursuit and Vog told me that he doesn't like Mia and that the cops are probably watching her. Somehow I have already achieved the target bounty of 180,000 by having 194,700. I had one of the 3 milestones completed, but I needed to do 4 target races. The circuit race is back, so let's do it. This one just had 2 laps, so that's how you know it's going to be a long one. Pause. And restart as I ended up getting it. No, fuck off, get your mind at the gutter. I then decided to buy a new car. The Nontsmobile. It's called that for obvious reasons. Just fucking look at it. My plan was to use this as my pursuit car and use my Cobalt for the races. I then failed a toll booth race by the skin of my teeth. I then failed another toll booth race where I literally went through. Rinse and repeat and I finally quit. Fuck, I didn't even launch the game for 2 days after. You could tell I went insane as I used the Nontsmobile for races which I quit, so I went back to the Cobalt where I'll run a sprint race. I'm not sure if this is perfectly timed or on purpose, but Razor sent a message saying that he hoped that I enjoyed my vacation because, well, as I mentioned, I was gone for 2 days. You could tell that times had changed, as I was restarting my next sprint race a lot. This became the norm. But you can see why I was surprised that I completed the races at the beginning first try. But I ended up getting the win anyway. I tried doing the drag race, never again. I can't be asked to explain what it is, but it's not mandatory. For now. I then did a speed trap race, where there was another person using a Cobalt. Obviously I won that one. That's all my target race is done, but I needed to get 2 more milestones. Using the Nontsmobile for its intended purpose, not being a nonce, I know I'm a Disgaea fan, but I ended up getting one of the milestones, which was the post-4 mini pursuit. The last milestone, the speed trap one, I tried to do for a long time. And while I finally got it in the nonce mobile, well, let's finally challenge Izzy. We have 2 blacklist races. The first is a sprint race. I did that quick and easy in a few tries. We'll find a blacklist race for Izzy as a circuit one. God, this was hell. This took me so long to do that I can't be asked to explain it. But pretty much the AI was smart and I pretty much had to recreate its movements and tricks. This was my first difficult blacklist race. This is where the skill issue comments are gonna fly in. After nearly a fucking hour, I finally went past the finish line. As I said earlier, this was my first challenging race. I finally mentioned it now in the script, but I started typing this script in February 2024. This was in September 2023, and I still remember the layout and it brings me PTSD. While it's November 2025, I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember until I start actually editing this video, so I guess it's no longer PTSD anymore. But it doesn't matter, as number 12 has been defeated. My prize was getting her car. So let's see who number 11 is. It's a tradition at this point as I customise my car. I made a big change by changing my engine from stock to pro. I think that this also made the other races faster in my sprint race, but I could barely control the car myself as I found it too fast. Fucking hell, you fucking retard, that is a skill issue if I've ever heard one.
It's so mean, it's so sad.
I remember putting the game down after switching cars because I regret changing the engine, nearly deleting my save file and going to sleep. This was on September 30th and the next day was October 1st. I woke up, launched Most Wanted and it felt normal. Now to be fair, I was having my usual luck, but I remember it feeling like I had control of the vehicle. In fact, after a few times I won the race. During the circuit race, I fucked up big time WrestleMania 22 style and I ended up last, but I didn't rage quit and restart. Nope, I carried on and ended up getting the win by the skin of my teeth as well. I then got into a pursuit where I got busted in like 15 seconds. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that for Big League you have to win 5 of the target races, complete 3 milestones and reach the target bounty of 300,000. I ended up completing my next sprint race first try. Then I completed a pursuit, getting one of my milestones. I tried doing a speed trap race, but it was ruined by one of the yellow delivery cars. I am surprised that I have not mentioned this yet. Even 2 years later, I still remember that fucking yellow car. This is because this yellow NPC car would always make contact or get in my way somehow. We have beef is what I'm saying, but Hand of Blood by Bullet for My Valentine is playing. So can I pick up the W? Yes, actually. After many failed attempts at other races, I completed the toll booth race by Vasquez. Yeah, I keep saying that. But 2 seconds were left. So that's all my target races done. But I needed to get 2 more milestones done and earn about 33,000 bounty. Earlier I was mentioning that I was locked to heat level 2, but it was actually starting to go up. The thing is though, is that I didn't have a strategy for pursuits, so I would easily evade them when I didn't want to. It would take me a while for me to get a strategy, but I'll talk about that when the time comes. Speaking about coming, we're back with the nonce mobile, and I finished an 8-minute pursuit, getting the cost of the state milestone and earning a whopping 71,000 bounty, which takes me over that requirement. With the Kobo, I accidentally got into a pursuit where I did my final milestone, the roadblock one. Also, to note, I was finally looking out and using the cooldown spots. Before I would end the pursuit in a weird way. But Big Lou is ready, so let's take him down. Both of his blacklist races are circuits. Despite fucking up a few times, specifically the last turn, I did finish the race. I finished the final circuit race with relative ease, but it was 7 minutes long. I know that this was supposed to be Hot Pursuit 3, but goddamn. Number 11 has been defeated. I'll take that 25 gamer score, 20,000 cash, and the get out of jail free card. Fine, thank you. Let's see who number 10 is. Razor is really saying wow 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 to me. Tradition keeps up. New spoiler, the drop heat, and new nitrous. I was having astronomical, that's a big word, bad luck on the lap knockout race. I mean, I believe it's lap knockout because I put LN to shorten it in my script. It should be LK, you dumb fuck. So I moved on to a sprint race and got that first try. Can't say the same for the next sprint race, as this green car kept getting in my way Limp Bizkit style. But I did eventually get the win. Couldn't celebrate for long though, as I entered the pursuit and I fucking smashed it. Over 8 minutes long, all 4 milestones completed and racking up a whopping total of 197,500 bounty. That is nearly 200,000 bounty in a single pursuit. But spoiler alert, that's not the most amount of bounty that I've earned in a single pursuit. And mind you, should I remind you that this is my first time playing Most Wanted as well? Because an ultimate fucker that's been playing it since it came out is going to be like, oh yeah, I got that in a single. Shut the fuck up, go outside you fucker. I think that you're also locked to elite I think that you're also locked to heat level 3. So I've already reached the target milestones and bounty for bounty. I just need to do 3 more races. I didn't finish it, but I need to mention that in my lap knockout race, did use the correct initials this time, there was someone called Lolly. I think that person is Most Wanted. Motherfucker needs to be locked up. And how ironic is that coming from a Disgaea fan? Also shout out Vog's brother, Roger, who was also in the same race. The race I did end up finishing was a toll booth one. Then I went straight to a cooldown spot, as I was in a pursuit during that race. Probably the shortest and saddest pursuit, with no time and no bounty. Vog then told me that there is a guy saying that I'm a fed, which we both know is wrong. During the next circuit race, I had to double check this guy's name. Anyway, I ended up winning the race first try, I think. I just needed to do one more race before I could face Baron. I ended up doing and winning a toll booth race. Vog says that Baron is now dying to race me. So let's show him who's boss. Oh god now. So his first blacklist race is a sprint race. Great intro for this one. I ended up winning that race, not first try, but with relative ease. But the one that made me do that oh no reaction was the drag race. Pretty much you have to manually shift the car using the right analog stick, while moving the car with the left one side by side to avoid traffic. There is no steering. You can use nitrous, but I didn't know that until my last drag race at the end. As you can tell, I do find these difficult, but to be honest, it's a skill issue. I literally started it with an overblown engine because you need to be in the green zone, so don't push down your triggers. And well, don't take advice from me anyway. If you touch the slightest amount of traffic, you're finished. And well, somehow by the grace of God, and nearly 10 minutes later I finished the race. It's not a long race like the others, but it was difficult. Skill issue? Not as difficult as Izzy's, but number 10 has been defeated. I even got his car and another get out of jail free card. So let's see who number 9 is. Now not gonna lie, when I was recording my footage I did not know that many people consider that Earl is Need for Speed Most Wanted's difficulty spike, and that while he is notoriously hard to beat due to his rubber banding. Now when I was typing these exact words I could not remember how I did or how I found the race, but just by future me seeing his car I knew that I beat him as well. Spoiler alert, that Lancer would replace the Nonce-mobile as my pursuit car, and it would be very vital later on, but who cares as I broke my tradition. It didn't spawn me next to the shop like every other time. So for Earl we need to complete 5 target races, 4 milestones and reach 790,000 bounty. I completed the circuit race first try and then did a second circuit race first try despite being fucked at the end. Nice motivation from Mia here. I then got fucked in a toll booth race. God, I keep getting fucked, man. I think I might have to go to a therapist or something. God, I hate seeing this happen again and again. I finally got the win next try though. I then won a speed trap race after fucking up multiple times. By heat level 3 I could tell that the police were more aggressive than well surrounding. I evaded the pursuit by the cooldown spot with it being over 6 minutes long. In that, I completed 3 milestones and racked up a massive 265,500 bounty. Still not the most, but fucking hell. I think as you go up in the heat levels, the bounty you gain is higher. Earl and Mia both text me. I'm guessing at some point during the pursuit there was a helicopter. God, this next footage is kind of unusable, but working out the PowerPoint slideshow, I finished the sub 3 minute pursuit with the Nonce-mobile, so that made a return. But apparently Earl is ready, so let's take him on. I fucked up though, as I started the race with the Nonce-mobile by accident, but then I switched back to the Cobalt. Earl's first race is a speed trap one, and despite the fact that I restarted a few times, it wasn't that bad as I won. His next race is the sprint race, and looking back, he is pretty close to my car most of the time, so I could see why many people say that he is the rubber band machine. He did overtake me though, so I had to restart, because it was literally at the end. It's not the only time I restarted, as it took me a few times, until I somehow passed him by the skin of my teeth, and then I went through the finish line. So that is number 9 defeated, somewhat easily I guess. And I'll take that 25 gamer score and this car. As I stated, that car would become very useful later. I also received an extra impound strike, which I could add to a car. That Lancer would receive a few actual impound strikes. Oh yeah, the Rockport Borough has been unlocked. So let's see who number 8 is. Mia has hooked me up with another safe house in Rockport, and I actually went back to the shop. The tradition is back. I added a new HUD and that's it mainly. Anyway, for jewels, you need to complete 5 target races, 4 milestones and reach 1,180,000 bounty. I'm currently at 892,050. I proceeded to do a sprint race and goddamn I nearly had a good lead for a while. In fact, I nearly completed the race then I got fucked. I wanted the next try though, but now I have to deal with the cops. From here I was unlocked to heat level 3 anymore. This pursuit was successful, with it being only 7 minutes long. I had completed 3 of my milestones. We should not worry about the last one for now. And I had racked up a total of 251,500 bounty. I also needed 1 more milestone and 4 more races before even thinking of facing Jules. So I decided to complete a toll booth race after rage quitting a speed trap one. Razor then questions me about Rog.
Yeah, I know that Raj guy, he's watching your back.
I then won a lap knockout race despite fucking up on the last round. Then I complete another lap knockout race. Rog then tells me that Razor is paying people to take me out. Not today unfortunately, if you know what I'm saying. I then complete a speed trap race, which means all my target races are done. I got into a police chase and entered condition 4, which means I could do the last milestone. Keyword is could. I mean I did accidentally avoid a spike strip. Now you would think that I went through a spike strip unknowingly and that ended the pursuit. Well that would happen a lot after, but I crashed and got surrounded by police cars. And I couldn't escape. What a fuckery and a waste of nearly 80,000 bounty. That definitely would have took me to the target bounty, but who cares as I used the get out of jail free card. I did complete one of the speed trap milestones. You could say goodbye to the Nonce-mobile as I used the Mitsubishi Lancer for the first time in the pursuit. That would pretty much be my go-to pursuit car, as I didn't want to have heat on the Cobalt. The milestone and the pursuit that I evaded did raise my bounty, but I still needed 7,000 more. While I did get 8,000 bounty in the pursuit, which I then got busted in, so that's a waste. And a fucking skill issue too. Oh, can you tell that I'm overcompensating? The cost was so little that I paid with cash instead of using the get out of jail free card, as I wanted to save those. An impound strike was placed in the Lancer, so yeah, it was probably around this time where I got a plan. Use the Cobalt and focus on the races. Once the races are finished, use the Lancer to do the pursuits. My strategy for the police chases wasn't a thought yet. It doesn't matter, as I reset back to heat 1 on the Lancer, so I had to build it up again. My final pursuit got me 9,350 bounty, so let's finally face Jules. She has a sprint race, and for fuck's sake race. Now I did fuck up and restart a few times, but obviously I won the sprint race. Now it's time for the drag race. For this one I was doing Summit, I don't fucking know, but there would always be a van which I couldn't avoid. I tried using the speed breaker but that didn't help yet, and now I'll finally mention what the speed breaker does. The speed breaker makes the gameplay go slow motion, but I tend not to use it. On my final attempt I did use the speed breaker, but I landed weird. But you know what? It didn't matter. But you know what? It didn't matter, as Jules had been clotted beforehand. So I won the drag race in the saddest way ever. As I said before, I didn't know that you could use the nitrous in the drag race until the very end. But it doesn't matter, as number 8 has been defeated. Once again, I was awarded with a car. I think this is like the 3rd time in a row. So let's see who number 7 is. Now I pointed out in my script that she has a Mercedes-Benz, and that in my Most Wanted 2012 video I mentioned that I liked using a Mercedes. Now I did take down that video because it was a nothing burger, but I thought to mention it anyway. Ronnie then thinks he can insert himself into this. No you can't, you're fucking irrelevant mate. Keeping tradition, I went to the shop and bought a new spoiler and body kit. That might have been the last time that I changed the body of the car. Full Kaze? It's probably not that, it's probably Kaze. I'm gonna say Kaze because of Kaze. Oh fucking no, drop the bombshell. You need to complete 7 target races, 4 milestones and reach 1,680,000 bounty. I'm currently at 1,186,400 bounty, so those are some big jumps to make. So let's do a sprint race and crash. Then restart and finish first. Then I did another sprint race, crashed, restarted and won it. I took a break for a few hours, look at the file names, and then I started a circuit race. And look who it is. It is the one and only 10 Cent. I don't know why, but this name has become an inside joke to me. There's something about that name which is so funny to me. First, it's a copy of 50 Cent, and second, you're saying that you're only worth 10p mate. Unfortunately, I rage quit the race because I restarted many times in nearly 20 minutes, and I moved to a toll booth race. I think that might have been the last time I saw 10 Cent. However, in the Wii version of Need for Speed The Run, he makes an appearance as one of his songs is played.
Huh? What the?
So, what do you think?
Where did you...
Think your American muscle can handle some Japanese technology?
You bet. Gonna be fun finding out anyways.
I hope that Mr. 10 Cent is doing fine. The toll booth race did not go well, so I moved on to a lap knockout race, which featured our boy Google Chrome. After many restarts I won the race, but Google Chrome was eliminated at 3rd. I tried doing the toll booth race, but that fucking yellow car ruined my momentum at the very fucking end. I tried doing a number of different events but I failed. The one that I did win was a circuit race. Mia then tells me that people are not taking Raids as bribes, and that she's got a contact that has dropped my heat. There was this one circuit race which took me so long. This is because there was this one turn which kept fucking me up and ruining my momentum. I even used the speed breaker many times, but somehow I completed the race. I then got into a pursuit. Nothing big really, but I forgot to mention that one of my milestones was already done. I then won a speed trap race. However, I needed to complete one more race. This is where one of my major issues moving forward comes into play. Some races I get screwed, or some I just don't want to do them. Either way it's a skill issue, so I have to waste time trying to do them, which is annoying. I'll talk more about this later, but I nearly fully quit the game. The thing is that I kept flip-flopping between different races and not winning. Fuck, I was even trying to do drag races. After probably an hour, or a little less, I finally managed to win a toll booth race. The police were after me in that race, so I evaded the pursuit with over 2,000 bounty. So that's all the target races done, but I need to do 3 more milestones and get over 400,000 bounty. I did get into a pursuit which netted me one of my milestones, and 116,000 bounty. I should note that I'm locked to heat level 4. That pursuit ended with me going through a spike strip unknowingly, as to be honest I didn't know. I know I ranted about this earlier, but it took me a while for me to master avoiding them. The difference between this and Most Wanted 2012 is that you can't fix your car. If you run into a spike strip, game over. I know it's a skill issue, but it really is annoying, especially as in my later pursuits I would rack up loads of bounty and well, it would end up being fucking worthless because I went too fast and while I couldn't see the spike strip and I went straight through it. But another thing that ruins my pursuits, and my next one, is the K9 in a roadblock. I was in that pursuit for over 10 minutes, had all my milestones done, and boom. Roadblock right into a K9 and I can't move. This is why I should use a speed breaker. I paid both of these busts with cash, but now I had 2 impound strikes to the Cobalt. I then failed the photo ticket milestone. This video should be a quick look at being a skill issue. Speaking of that, I was so mad that I took a break for 2 days. I then did get the milestone correct. After building heat back up for the Lancer, I used the Cobalt again to do one of the photo ticket milestones. And well, one of the previous photo ticket ones didn't get saved or something as it says I've done 3. I then got busted with the Lancer because this happened. And now it says I've done all 4 milestones. To get bounty I went back to the older blacklist members and I did some of their milestones because it does give you the bounty. It did help as I only needed 50,000 bounty. How many times will I mention the word bounty? Not the chocolate bar. I think I made that joke in my Disgaea video. But it's revealed that Etna has put a bounty, not the chocolate, and the hole. I did get that 50,000 bounty easy, before I ran straight into a spike strip. My next one where I got 150,000 bounty ended the exact same fucking way. I guess the game felt bad for me or something, as when I evaded a 300 bounty pursuit, Log told me that Kaze is ready. And also, I probably should look back on the footage because in the messages he speaks them right, and he would say a name.
I heard Kaze's.
Oh fucking right. Now look at my difference in my bounty before and after. Mind you, as I said, the pursuit was only worth 300. I honestly don't know how that happened. And I only noticed the bounty amount while typing the script. I didn't have a fucking clue at the time, but finally, let's challenge Kaze. Or Kaze. It's probably Kaze. How many times she has 2 sprint races for me? I nearly won the first one, but she overtook me. I got it a few tries later though. It also took me a while to win the final sprint race. But yeah, number 7 has been defeated, and I'll happily take that Mercedes fine thank you. Now who is number 6? Okay, this is where I was going to quit, but we'll get to that later. But there was hype at the start thanks to Mia's message. For Ming, you need to accumulate 7 target wins, 4 milestones, and reach 2,300,000 total bounty. Now what about tradition, I hear you scream? Well, actually in the script I put Tardition. Well, I was so hyped about the marker that I wanted it to be my main car, so I went right to the shop and made it look exactly like my Cobalt. Although I preferred and ended up using the Cobalt anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. But I did get a sprint race win and a photo ticket milestone done with the Mercedes. Then I switched right back to the Cobalt, in which I did win another sprint race, and nearly another, but look at this ending. I tried doing the other races but I couldn't be arsed, so I put the game down for 3 days. It's not here where I quit though. I did win a lap knockout. However, OBS was being OBS and I wasn't feeling the game I guess, because I put down the game for another day. I then won another lap knockout. Okay, this seems a bit like deja vu what I'm about to say, but OBS was once again being OBS and I put the game down for 5 days. Look at the file names. Once again, this is not where I quit, but I was in school so I was probably tired or something, or I might have been playing WWE 2K15 on the Xbox One. Future EMP you check, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that video because it's a shit game. Anyway, in this playthrough I started playing my own music to see if it can give me quote unquote motivation. Well, it might have worked as I ended up winning a speed trap race. I don't even think that I was first through the line. While listening to Linkin Park I won another speed trap. While listening to Y2KJ's theme song or the Breaking Benjamin one, I beat that sprint race with the fucked ending. That's all the target races done. After doing 2 of the photo ticket milestones, I get a message from Cross. I then failed many pursuits, and I can't be able to summarise. Pretty much there were hours of footage of me making no progress because I couldn't get any good bounty. However, I noticed that I started to go back to the Xbox menu when I got busted because it doesn't save, and I would use that method over and over again. And most importantly, I started my pursuits in Rockport Century Square. This is where my strategy was starting to be formed. In this exact play session, I somehow had one of my best pursuits To simplify, I got all my milestones and all the bounty I needed to face Ming. The thing is, I started the race, but there was a problem. OBS was being OBS, and I mean my Microsoft Surface was just dog shit. Look at the footage for fuck's sake. I wanted my blacklist to be in high definition, so I stopped recording. I went back to the Xbox 360 menu because that's how most of my footage starts, and I can't be able to explain the encoding bullshit. However, one thing I thought when loading the game was that I hoped it saved. But when I opened up Most Wanted, I saw this. That notification is saying that I threw my controller. Despite autosave and whatever, all the bounty and milestones that I achieved were lost. I can't call the Lost Media wiki to find them. I was literally in the fucking blacklist race with Ming, and now it's all gone. I tried to get a repeat pursuit, but I got busted. I was so mad that I played Need for Speed The Run Wii. And also another thing, I remember this, I didn't mention in the script because I knew I was going to mention it when I was recording. I actually had family around as well, and there was someone in my room, but they left my room by that point, so I couldn't really throw a tantrum, if you know what I'm saying. The next day I was developing my strategy for the pursuits. Pretty much all my pursuits would follow the same layout. Like I had a fucking route and shit. Same time every time. For some reason I could get my milestones and bounty because the police wouldn't despawn or whatever. Most of the time it ended with me being busted, but I'll go back to the 360 menu and restart. By doing this copy and paste style, I raised my bounty and I had all my milestones. I didn't have enough bounty though. However, in one of my pursuits I ended up getting 200,000 bounty, which put me way over the edge. Because of what happened last time, I was constantly saving the game every time I gained bounty or made progress in general because of the paranoia. However, after a single day I could finally face Ming. Our first blacklist race is a circuit one, which I ended up finishing. I should note that once again I am listening to my custom music playlist. The next race is a speed trap one. I did complete that one as well, but number 6 has been defeated, so I'll happily take that 50,000 cash and his Lambo, fine thank you. Now who is number 5? Bit delayed there, Rog. Anyway, by this point and after, I think I stopped the tradition of customizing the Cobalt. But for Webster, or website as this TikTok called him, I don't know, I need to mention it bro, because that made me laugh. Fucking hell, website. But for Webster, you need 7 wins of the target races, 4 milestones, and 3,050,000 bounty. I proceeded into a lap knockout race, where it ended with me beating Google Chrome. After that, I made literally no progress until hours later when I won a circuit race. Skipping over loads of unfinished races here, I then completed a sprint race. Sometime before that, I must have completed a milestone. More shit happened that didn't really add to the progress, but I started a speed trap race. And look who's back. 10 fucking cent has returned. I wasn't having good luck with this race, so I quit. That actually might have been the last time that I saw 10 cents. I then completed another separate speed trap race quick and easy run. A sprint race was then completed. I then finished a toll booth race by the literal skin of my teeth. With relative ease, I won a speed trap race as well. So that's pretty much all the target races done. Now I was going to continue with the copy and paste style pursuits until I had enough bounty / milestones. I had a good pursuit where I had over 200,000 bounty, then Cross said that there's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
I'm getting tired of cutting you slack. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh, scary!
I'm gonna pound you into...
After that, I completed my final milestone. So let's just get Webster over and done with. He has 3 blacklist races. The first one is a sprint race. This one took me a while, but I eventually got the win. The second race is a speed trap one. I had to restart this one because my car went fully into a nicely placed tree. I did end up winning that race though. The final blacklist race for Webster is another sprint race. I got that one first fucking try. You see, Hand of Blood really does give me good luck. W. Matthew Tuckington. So number 5 has been defeated. And wow, 75 gamer score and his car. As I said earlier, I've had a streak of receiving the pink slips. So show me whose pink slip I'm receiving next. And while I'm looking at the script and I've got 3 pages left, so this video is coming to a close. Razor is really saying well again. However, for JV you need 7 target race wins, 5 milestones and reach a total bounty of 4,050,000. I'm also not locked to heat level 4 anymore. I did get some good bounty in the pursuit, but no milestones unfortunately. I then finished a toll booth race. I then won a circuit race with a massive lead. As I said earlier, I wasn't lying about saving after every little thing. I won the speed trap race at 3rd. That's why they became one of my favourite races. I could be more reckless and faster as by the time I reached the finish line it doesn't matter. Once again I won another speed trap race at 3rd and another speed trap race, and oh my god, Tencent is back again. Now I don't even fucking know how, but I got busted during that race. Probably because I pressed the reset button, but for fuck's sake I was literally in a race, not a full on pursuit. God, this lap knockout race, I remember it so vividly. In the script because it's not coming to me just yet. I did rage quit it though. After flipping and flopping between different races and failing, I did complete that speed trap race. And it was at dead last, but I still won. I tried and failed that lap knockout race once again. I then tried and failed a sprint race, and for some reason I sat on the menu for over 6 minutes and put the game down. I don't think I was vibing to Do Your Thing, but it was a good song though. Though I think I remember why. This was not in the script, but it's now coming back to me. I believe what happened was, I did rage at probably one of the races, and then I smashed my controller into my Microsoft Surface. And what that ended up doing was, well, launching up my trackpad. I'm going to show a picture of it on the screen. And well, I could click, but I couldn't right click. Now I'm using a MacBook now, so it doesn't matter. But all I'm going to say is, my SmackDown vs Raw 2008 video and my Disgaea video was edited on that, and I couldn't right click, so I had to use an external mouse, which is in the shape of a car, which I found on my floor somehow. That's a coincidence. Anyway, the next day I was flip flopping between races and even cars before I got a win. 45 minutes in, mind you, on a sprint race in a Mazda. Using the Lancer, I got a toll booth race win. I needed to get one more race win to meet the target. I then ended the day by once again trying and failing that lap knockout race. It doesn't matter, as nearly a week later, Fucking hell, talk about skittish. As nearly a week later I completed a toll booth race. Due to the police presence in the race, I was thrown immediately into a pursuit which I got busted in. I was in the cobalt, so I didn't mind, as my heat was dropped from 4 to 1. On the Lancer side of things, I was doing quite well, as I earned enough bounty over a various number of pursuits to take me to the target amount, but I needed 4 more milestones. I did get them over a period of time, most of them being photo tickets. The last one was during a pursuit where I got 635,000 bounty total. So we can finally take on JV. He has 3 races, a speed trap, a fuck off, and another speed trap race. For some reason I didn't use the Cobalt, I used the Lancer Evo. Probably because the engine of the Cobalt hasn't been upgraded in so long. The Lancer is currently faster than my Cobalt. I did end up winning the first speed trap race. If you couldn't tell by the fuck off, the second race is a drag race. This one took me some time, but I eventually got it. The last race, the speed trap, took me 1 try to get it completed. So that is number 4 defeated. You know, I should have not made that joke earlier, so show me whose pink slip I'm receiving next, as I actually didn't get his car. I did get 85 gamer score and 100,000 in cash, so who's next? So I've reached number 3. To give you a time frame here, I started on the 26th of September and now it's October 31st. Now obviously I wasn't playing the game every day, I had school and I released my now taken down Most Wanted 2012 video the day before, for the anniversary. You see, I like putting these videos out on the anniversary of things. For Ronnie you need 8 target race wins, 5 milestones and to reach the target bounty of 5,550,000. The tradition is somewhat back as I improved the nitrous, engine, transmission and more of the Cobalt. That means that my Cobalt matches the speed and other shit of the Lancer Evo. And now I'm finally calling it the Evo. I hope that I didn't piss many of you lot off by just calling it a Lancer, alright? I completed a speed trap milestone, then I switched to the Lancer and had one of my best pursuits, where I finished with one of my milestones, and most importantly, I gained a whopping 1,435,000 amount of bounty. Obviously I don't have to worry about bounty for now, but I do need to worry about the milestones and the races. I should mention that the Lancer was on heat level 5, that's the highest for now. You have your spike strips and helicopters from heat 4 and 3, but now you have these fucking upgraded police cars that are fast as fuck and also have nitrous. I ended up beating a toll booth race in the Cobalt, then I got into a police chase and evaded in my old shitty way like at the beginning. To cut a long story short, I ended up getting all my milestones. I now just needed to finish the races off. To cut an even longer story short, I did end up doing that over the next few play sessions. It's now November 3rd and we're finally facing Ronald. He has 3 blacklist races. The first one is a circuit race. At the end of the second lap, oh fuck I remember this. At the end of the second lap, the AI got confused, and at the third lap, it was trying to do some crazy fucking speed or whatever trying to catch up to me. But it didn't and I won the race. The second race is a sprint race. The AI this time was on it, so it took a few restarts. And I ended up getting the win. The final race is a circuit race. This one took a few times as well, but I did finish the race first. Number 3 has been defeated. I got 100 gamer score for that and a get out of jail free card, but those were pretty much useless to me by this point. So who is number 2? Well, he's got a Mercedes as well. And as Mia said, one more blacklist driver and Razor is ours. For Bull, you need 8 target race wins, 5 milestones, and to reach the target bounty of 7,550,000. Well, at this point you should know, it's the same story. Use the Lancer in the same copy and paste police pursuits, rack up the bounty, and if you get busted, restart the game. It should be noted that I had another 1 million bounty pursuits successfully evaded, so I'm way over the bounty target. Also, Tencent made a guest appearance during an unsuccessful race. Now, to be honest, I can't be asked to explain every fucking race, so I'm just gonna say that I started racking up the wins. Well, I gotta mention the fact that I won a drag race, a random drag race, probably because it was here when I started using the nitrous. I just have to mention that. A few more wins later and I've completed all of the target races. Now all I needed to do was 3 more milestones. 2 of them would need to be in a pursuit. You know how I said that I couldn't be asked to summarise the races? Well, I couldn't be asked to even look at the pursuits. I had a full 4-hour play session, split up by one day, of nothing but pursuits, and I couldn't even get the fucking milestones. The next day was pretty much the same story. Now here's a bit of a spoiler alert. For Razor you need to reach 10 million total bounty. Now during these pursuits I was making a joke saying that I would reach 10 million bounty before I would even face Bull, and while it didn't turn out to be a fucking joke, did it? After so long, I had one of my best pursuits. I completed 2 of my milestones and gained a whopping 1,850,000 bounty. I also created a new inside joke for myself. You see how I ended the pursuit was in a sewer, and for some reason during my playthrough I kept saying for the sewers and sewer gang, and I guess that is the name for my fanbase. Finally I can address it because after like fucking 2 years I believe I've used it in some of my past videos and I used it in a Disgaea one. I can finally say where it came from. But I needed to do one more milestone, and it was a photo ticket one, and it took me fucking ages to do. You know what, I don't think words do this, and most importantly the pursuit's justice. But now it's finally time to take on Bull. He has 3 blacklist races. His first is a circuit race. I did get that second try, I think. It was a close one though. The second race is a sprint race. This one took me a few times, but obviously I got it. His final race is also a sprint race. This one took me like 1 try to finish. As I said, Hand of Blood gives me good luck. So that's number 2 defeated. Give me that 200 gamer score and his car. We all know who number 1 is. Bro's name is really Clarence. For Razor you need 9 target race wins, 5 milestones, and you need to reach 10 million bounty. As I said earlier, I have already reached 10 mil before even finishing my milestones on Bill, so I currently have 12,300,000 and 406 bounty. The first target race that I did was a sprint race. It seems that the AI got tangled up or whatever, so I had a really good lead until the very end when I ended up crashing into a truck and the AI used super rubber banding to fucking pass me at the very end. So I had to restart a few times, but then I got it. The next sprint race took me 2 tries. The first try I was 83% in before I hit a fucking conveniently placed truck. The second try I got the win, but I was nearly overtaken at the very end. I just thought it sorted the script now. But that car drove right into a fucking pillar. There was a lap knockout race that I won with a good lead. I then won a toll booth race after many failed attempts. It was a long one as there was like 12 toll booths, so I had to pass through. Razor says that I'm gonna burn.
And you're gonna burn.
Okay, I mean I wouldn't mind going to the Netherworld. Go watch my Disgaea video. Then I won a sprint race with some luck, I guess. I won another sprint race whilst in a heat level 5 pursuit. I got busted, so I returned to the Xbox menu and my progress from that race actually saved. After that I put the game down. The next day I picked it back up and I had one of my longest recording sessions. It was nearly 5 hours long, so let's see why. Firstly, I had a 13-minute circuit race, which thank fuck I won. I then won another long toll booth race. And with the knowledge of what happened last time, I didn't bother with the pursuit. I just quit to the 360 menu and went back as the progress saved. And that was my final target race. Now I have to do the milestones. I did 2 of the photo ticket ones. I did one of them in a pursuit. And then I did another in a 1,396,000 bounty pursuit. Shout out to the sewer gang for this one. The final milestone that I ever did in this fucking game was another speed trap one. It took me ages, but now it's time to take down Razor. As Vogue said, it's locked in, and now I need a lock in.
It's time. Bring yourself and that pathetic ride of yours to the location on the map. Don't make me wait.
And of course, how dare Razor diss the Cobalt. Now for Razor you have 5 races. But first, we have a cutscene.
You ready to donate another car to the Razor Fund, baby? It's go time.
Well, it is go time, Razor. The first race is a speed trap. Okay, the M3 is quite fast as it took me 2 tries to get this one. The second race is a drag race. This one took not that long surprisingly, but yeah, I did win it. The third race is a sprint race. This race is like 4 minutes, but I did get it first try. The penultimate race is a circuit race. This track is 7 minutes long and I got it first try. But I nearly fucked it up in the end. The final blacklist race in Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 is a sprint race. This one I had a good lead, but it ended close with me getting the win. And of course, it was 1 try. Thanks to the 350 gamer score, but we have a cutscene. So it is revealed that Mia is a Fed, and then we have the infamous everyone line.
Everyone?
Everyone!
So in this playthrough, we are 2 hours and 30 minutes in. There is a reason why it goes on for another 2 hours and nearly 30 minutes. Because we have the final pursuit. Fuck the Cobalt as we're finally back in the BMW M3 GTR for this one. In this pursuit, we're in heat level 6, and we're not dropping any heat. No losing the police either, and certainly no evading. Now I originally did explain what happened in this pursuit, however I thought why not do a little montage to show the craziness of it. Now unless Limp Bizkit finally put this song on streaming services, I don't think I'll get claimed, but if this section is magically cut, then yeah, we got claimed. But enjoy.
It's time to panic. I'm addicted to cracking skulls with punk star stains.
Mia, look, don't hang up. Can't go back to any of the safe houses. Cross knows about them. Head over to the old bridge. The location is on your map.
Here we go again. Right now, let's go. Me and you, toe-to-toe.
Need for Speed Carbon, you're next. Okay, not the next video. 6 minutes was how long this specific pursuit took me, and I earned 2,090,000 bounty. I then saw the message, "Congratulations, you are the most wanted racer in Rockport City." And that's a wrap. I have finally beaten Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. I began my playthrough on September 26, 2023, and I finished it on November 13th, 2023, and I recorded my voice on November 21st, 2025. To me, it's kind of fitting that I Am Rock was the last song that played, as for some reason this song was ingrained in my head. I know I'm in college now, but I was in secondary school, and for some reason in my lessons I just kept thinking of I Am Rock, I Am Rock, I Am Rock. And with that 2025 mindset as well, fuck the brain rot, because I saw someone say I Am War, and now I can't unhear it. We then see the rap sheet, and I now have a national arrest warrant placed. Probably because I'm a Disgaea fan. And that's it. Need for Speed Most Wanted has been defeated. I have 1,317,475 cash, and I have a total of 16,624,856 bounty. But with that, I turned off my Xbox 360 for the final time of my Most Wanted gameplays. However, I did buy an RGH, or a hacked Jasper Xbox 360 a few days later, so it's kind of fitting. Now, I did fail to upload this on the December 2nd date or get this finished, and I'm now recording this on the 31st of December, literally 2 hours before we enter the new year. And wow, it's finally stopped now, but there was fucking fireworks going off like it's the WrestleMania intro. But yeah, I guess that's my punishment. Well, that's been a quick look at Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. As well, we had a quick look at my play session. I don't know how long it would have been. I'm pretty sure it was well over like 2 days if we put all the footage together. Now, this has been a fun video to make. Now, the reason for the delay, because I'm probably releasing this in 2026 now. I'm recording this at 10:28 right now, so there's no chance in how I can get this out before the end of the year. But the reason for the delay is because, not gonna lie, I thought this video, I know it was a quick look at, but a lot of it was this happened, then this happened. But you know what, I can't be asked to rewrite the script. And when I watched the video back, I thought it was funny. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, as I say at the end of my videos, if you watched this far, then you can probably stand my voice. And I hate saying this, but maybe subscribe. You know, I'm going to cover the other Need for Speed games in the future. Even if you don't care about Disgaea, please watch that video. It's a great video, you don't need to be a fan. Please watch my WWE one. Hell, you can even watch my other Most Wanted 2012 video, which is unlisted, but you can find it in a quick look at playlist. Hell, I mentioned Disgaea. Here's a little fun fact for you actually. So you know in that video, I make jokes towards Flan, and I seem to be obsessed, I guess is the term I will have. Now, one of the reasons for that joke is because that video was supposed to come out after the Most Wanted video, but obviously I'm recording my voice fucking a year after that video came out. But the joke was supposed to be was that her colours are the same colours as the BMW M3, and I would have been so obsessed with the M3 because I played Most Wanted so much. But I would have been obsessed with her because of the colours. I know it's a dumb reason, but that's actually, that's the reason why I kept making the Flan jokes. It's fucking stupid, but yeah, there you go, there's a little bit of extra information. Now, despite my problems that I had and the skill issues, I really enjoyed my playthrough with Need for Speed Most Wanted. You know, comparing it to other racing games that I played right after, you know, there's just something about this game that I really liked. How I was complaining about the pursuits, about how it would end, but the adrenaline rushes that you would get, fucking hell, even, you know, after running into a spike strip and it being ruined, but the adrenaline rushes that I would get during the pursuits, man, they were good. The soundtrack is top tier as well. I don't have to state that because everyone knows that. You got Bullet from a Valentine, Hand of Blood that I keep mentioning, you know, you got Static X. You got all these other stuff as well, Evil Intent as well. Every song is a banger, literally every single one in my opinion. Obviously when you play it for that long, you're gonna start liking the tunes. But a lot of those songs have found their way into my Spotify playlist, so I listen to them. Now, despite the piss filter, I really enjoyed the visuals of this game. To be fair, I don't know why that I thought it would look lower quality, because it's literally the first 360 game, but no, it still looks good in 2025, well, to me at least. Yeah, I don't really care about modern gaming, to be honest, but yeah. But yeah, I'm sort of counting this as my 4-year anniversary special. I uploaded my first Mario Kart video on the 30th of December. And well, this is coming out probably in fucking New Year's Day, as I mentioned. I guess I'm sort of counting that. Now, this year I've only had 2 videos out. Well, 2025 is technically 1 video, depending on when I get this out. But hopefully next year there will be way more videos, you know. I'm gonna turn on the Xbox, start recording. Well, I'm gonna actually make a few videos on the WWE as well, a few storyline videos. You know, one of them being the Jericho 2008 heel Jericho, but I'm not sure what the overlap is between Need for Speed and WWE fans. Now, I want to keep this outro short because my last outro was long as shit, and whatever I say immediately becomes outdated because 1, by the time anyone watches my video it's already like a year old, and 2, plans always change. So you know what, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for watching. Big up the sewer gang, and most importantly, fuck off.